being nice is not going to make anyone respect you more. Hey, you. Yes, you. And you. And you. Kings and queens. Yes, it's Tap In Wednesday. It looks a little different. This probably looks better than my recorded version. But it's Tap In Wednesday, Storytelling Wednesday. Let's Heal Together Wednesday. I'm back here again. Today, and I'm in the car this time because this is real life. My real life of doing all the things that I need to do. But, and trying to fit everything in. And instead of waiting to go to my house to sit and prepare and do all the things and get all jazzy for you, I still am committed to making my videos on Wednesdays. And so here I am. So let me just tell y'all what I need to tell y'all. Stop being nice. Being nice does not get you respect. It does not. Like, you being nice is not going to make anyone respect you more. You going above and beyond and over committing yourself and doing something that you really don't want to do, or doing something because you feel like you have to do it, you have to show up for this person, or you have to, you have to commit to something, and it may not be in your willpower to commit. It does not make the other person on the other end respect you more. I'm telling you because I know this for a fact, but I do know that this sense of having to do things is what I kind of talked about in my other video, and it's people pleasing, right? And learning to say, oh, I need to do this for this person, I need to be nice, and maybe not be my authentic self because of that, because you're trying to basically make the other person happy, sacrificing something that you probably needed to do, and yourself, in order to make someone happy or to make people happy. And I'm here to tell you that although you are doing this to show up for someone, you may be doing this for someone that won't show up for you. I'm saying that because I have had an habitual habit of showing up for people that not necessarily will show up for me, and at the end of the day, I was disrespected. So, and that showed up in several ways. The first experience storytelling is in my relationships, because I was a people pleaser, and I'm really not even a people pleaser. Empaths have a tendency to want to be nice and make people happy, right? And so because I am that person, I'm a very empathetic person, that has learned how to be selective with my being empathetic, and selective of who I share my energy with and who I give my energy to. But I had to learn that the hard way. And one of the ways that I really learned is what is the lessons that I learned is, one, from my ex, from all of my ex, from all of my situationships. I want to make them happy. In relationships, I wanted to fix them. They did not come the way I anticipated for them to come, or the way I didn't feel like I was worthy of the love that I really, really want. And that's why I'm single now, because I'm overcoming that and bringing in and attracting the type of man that I really, really want. But at the time, I settled, and I allowed myself to deal with men that could not bring what I needed to the table. even though I've always, I've been, and at that time when I was really dating, I was successful. I was always the youngest in my career in construction management. And I mean, I got a condo when I was 25. Like, I was always a go-getter. And I dated men that were not necessarily go-getters, because I thought that I can fix them. I thought that I can help them and build them. I thought that I can give them the inspiration that they need, give them affirmations all over the wall. Like, I thought I needed to show up, and that would include me spending my money, letting them live with me and being in my environment, and they didn't have an environment of their own that was luxurious as mine. And not seeing that really you are the prize, not only as in a relationship but as a friend. Not seeing my value of what I bring to the table and how I show up for people, not dealing with people that did not value that, right? And that really just stemmed, again, it goes back to the inner child, where you really, for me, it always stemmed from me trying to please my parents and making them happy. Because I just really, really loved my parents, and I just didn't want any sadness of them. I saw a lot of sadness in my family because my father was handicapped, and my mother had her own type of things that she was dealing with her family. So I saw hurt, and I was very, very intuitive and very protective as a child of my parents. So I wanted to please them so much. And then as I got older, I did not like the way I looked. I always share how where my first trauma really started when I was bullied as a child by boys during gym, and being called fat, and then it came to being dark, and then it came to not being skinny enough, then it became not having a butt, or like not having a big butt, and just all types of things that people don't understand. Like, those words and the things that you say really do affect people. People don't want to talk about it, and that's why I'm on here talking about it. But the way that you say things will really, excuse me for the jumping, will really impact like how you feel about yourself. And so that really impacted me. And so because of that, I always feel like I needed to compensate for the way I looked. I really had to compensate for the way I looked. And that was in relationships, and that was in friendships. I was completely blinded that really there's nothing wrong with you. Like, you are amazing. You're doing amazing things, and you are just beautiful and amazing. I really came to that recollection like recently. And because of that, I have spent my entire life up until recently thinking that I had to go above and beyond, until I really, really realized I was still being disrespected. I was still being abused in my relationships. I was still being used. I was still treated like shit. I was still being treated like, I probably have to block that off, but I was still being treated like nothing. And I don't expect anything from anybody, but I also, didn't deserve disrespect. And at least doing the things that I would do in my relationships and my friendships and even family, like doing the things that I would do, I just realized that you have to be very selective on who you give your energy to and who you give your time to. Is this someone that's going to pour into you? If the answer is I don't know, then the answer should be like, you should not go above and beyond for this person. Period. And I have very, very strong boundaries because I've been hurt by loved ones. I've been hurt by friends. I've still been talked about. Still been, you know what I mean? Still been cheated on. Still been, you know, not chose as girlfriend. You know, still want to be in a situationship. I was chosen for all of this BS because I didn't set clear boundaries, because I thought I had to go above and beyond, and because I didn't know my worth. I did not. At the end of the day, you can say you know your worth, but do you really know your worth? Are you ready to stand alone? Are you ready to stand alone and be at peace with yourself rather than question how someone thinks of you or how someone loves you in a friendship, in a relationship, in your family? Like, that feeling is very, very not necessary. When there are so many people in this world, on your state, people that you don't even recognize that are ready to love you. And the people that really love you, if you say no, they'll say okay. But I think in the past, I was so scared of saying no for the response, thinking that someone wouldn't love me or wouldn't be my friend, that I would just compensate. Like, I would just say yeah. But at the end of the day, if you have that feeling, then you probably should not be that person's friend, or you probably should feed that person with a long handle spoon, or you should probably not do a lot for that person, right? And if it's everyone that you're scared, and you're just scared to say no just based on losing friendships, what do you have to lose? You really don't have to lose. You need to know, and I'm telling you today, if you are scared to say no to someone, to not do those things that you don't necessarily want to do, or to do those things that you know are going to take up your time, your resources, and if you have a lot to do and it's not bringing peace, and it's bringing, and you're still tired, or you know, you don't have the capacity, you don't have the mental capacity to do it, you don't have the capacity to do it, or it's putting you in a situation where you'll feel uncomfortable, and you tell that person no. I mean, you know, you tell that person no, you know, you apologize for not coming, or you apologize for not doing that, but you can't do that, and they can't understand. And it's not for them to understand your backdrop. If you show up as a friend that you always showed up as, and you know you can't do something, then and you know your track record, as a friend, and they still disrespect you, and they still get upset with you afterwards, then I'm telling you now, get rid of them. They're not your friends. I mean, you don't have to be like, oh, I cut you off, but mentally be selective on who you spend your time in. Pour into people that pour into you. I promise your life will feel so much fulfilled when you have people that's in your corner. You know, I have felt for years that I realized I didn't really get, I had strangers telling me, like, you're amazing, you're dope, you do this, you do that, I mean, my own partners and friends weren't telling me this. So look at your group, look at your mate, and look at your people that's around you. And let me tell you this, life is supposed to be so fulfilling, so abundant. When you have the experience on earth, you are supposed to, every moment is supposed to be an experience. And believe it or not, it doesn't have to always be negative. It doesn't have to be uncomfortable. It's actually supposed to be mostly joy. So I want you to know that be selective, set boundaries, and look at why you feel the need that you have to go above and beyond for people. Really, really look at that. I'm pretty sure, go back to your 8-year-old self, your 5-year-old self, that time when that trauma really hit, when something told you like, I need to do this, or just really think about it and write in your journal, and really think where it stems from, so that you can start, I'll always say, start taking those layers away and really start narrowing down that this isn't me. Like, don't do something that you don't agree with. Don't do something that you feel like is you don't feel like it's necessary just to please somebody. Like, quite necessarily, like, no. No. And know that you're worthy of the most fulfilling friendships, the most fulfilling relationships, and find joy within yourself. And what I do to find joy within myself, what I've been doing lately, is to literally wake up every day like I'm in a dream. Like, be thankful for like this avatar that God has given me. This avatar, because I do believe I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and this is an avatar. I was actually put on this earth to have this beautiful life experience. And when I think about it like that, because I don't have to be here. I could be just a spirit. Like, I don't have to have this experience. And so when I wake up every day in gratitude and be thankful for the life that I have, despite all the things that I want, if you really do that, like, literally your day, the universe will just allow your day to just flow. So I'll be very, very selective, like, around who I give my energy to. I literally just sometimes I just want to be at home, y'all. Like, cause people energy be weird. Be real weird. So pray for the spirit of intuition. Trust your intuition, and give some people some tests. Like, you're worthy of good friendships. Test them. Not test them, but if it's something out of your willpower to do and you can't do it, or ethically it seems wrong, or you just can't agree with it, and your intuition keeps telling you no, just say no. Don't do it. Don't do it at all. So, I love you. Remember to be very kind to yourself. Be gentle to yourself. Know that you are worthy of the best experience on this life journey called Earth. And click subscribe and click that notification button, and please like this. Please like this this video. And you are worthy of it all. And we'll continue to go through all of the steps, the tools and techniques on this journey together. And I'll continue to share my experiences. And yeah, have an amazing rest of your week. Love you. Bye.